Good day, grade 11s. Hope you're all doing well. Okay, today we're going to go through your PAT phase 1. Alright, now, if we first of all go have a look here, alright, at your instructions on your task. Okay, your description, purpose, and process. Okay, basically, what we want you to do, okay, is we're going to give you a broad outline, okay, where you need to interact with information, okay, information that you're going to gather through data, through online searches, through surveys, through emails, or however way you want to gather that information, okay? And then how you're going to present that information for us on different platforms, such as your Word spreadsheets, okay? Your Word, your spreadsheets, and your access tables, okay? Then also you're going to do it in a fourth format, whichever way you want, okay? Now, the purpose of this is for you to show us your skills of using these application packages, okay? i.e. word processing, spreadsheets, and databases, okay? Now, the process, okay? The PAT works with a scenario, okay? What this means is we are giving you a scenario. We're not giving you a instruction or saying this is what you're going to do. We're going to give you, okay, tonight, I want to make dinner tonight. What can I make for dinner tonight? Okay, that's an example of a scenario. You have to then take that scenario and then branch it all. Okay, so you need to first of all go find information on that. Okay, so then we're going on to our composition of the project. Okay, so you've got two research phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 3 is your presentation. Okay, now in your first two phases, what you're going to do is you're basically going to go look for your information, you're going to retrieve it, and you're going to manage that information. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, first of all, if we go look at our accessing, okay, first what you're going to do is you're going to have a look at where do you find this information. Okay, you're going to access it, whether this be through a survey, whether this be through just web searches, whether this be through a magazine and newspaper, or whatever book you want. Okay, however you find it, that is up to you. Okay, but the more different ways in which you access the information, the better. Okay, I do not just want you to use Google to just search for whatever you're searching for. Okay, you need to go and use books, use newspapers, use surveys, go have an interview with a person. Right now, yes, it is a bit harder to have an interview with someone today, okay? However, you can give them a phone call, okay? So, for example, let's use the example of our topic description is we need to figure out what we're going to make for dinner tonight, okay? Now, how can you access information in this regard? Okay, you can go and you can look in your kitchen cupboards and see what there is, okay? Or you can go Google online recipes, all right? However, you can also go and take a recipe book, okay? Or a magazine, because magazines also have recipes in it, okay? You could also send your grandmother an email, okay, asking her for it. Or you can have an interview with her, basically, and give her a phone call, okay? You can also have a survey in your house by you asking family members, okay, what would they like for dinner, all right? It's a very simple thing, but that is how you can do it, okay? Then you're retrieving it, okay? How are you going to get that information? Okay, I want to know how are you going to get it, okay? What methods did you use, all right? Then processing that information, okay? How are you going to process it, okay? What are you going, how will you use this information? How will you use the information that you've gathered from the people in your house about what they want to eat, okay? Then managing that information, is it applicable? Is it not? Okay, how are you going to use that information? All right, then your presentation. Okay, your presentation, okay, is how the stuff is going to look in the end. You're going to put all of your info, all of your work together, your word processing, your spreadsheets, your databases, and you're going to present it. Okay, so this means that if I look at it, I don't want to just see random numbers and things. I want to understand, and it must look appealing. Okay. Now, one important thing, this project should allow for independent thought and creative thinking in the application packages used. Okay, so yes, we have given you guys examples of another PAT task, okay, which are great examples. However, that is not to say that is how it should look. Okay? You should do this however you want to do it. Okay? If you want to change this around, you change it around. However, certain aspects must remain the same. Okay. Now, one thing that I'm stressing now, and it is extremely important, is your referencing. Okay? Now, in Microsoft Word, we have our references. Okay? Manage sources. So first of all, you go to references, manage sources, new, and you create a source. Okay? This is for anything. Okay? Now, you can also, right? And I will put this information on later for you guys now as well. There is quite a few online platforms where you can also do referencing, specifically your Harvard referencing. Okay, one of the best websites to use is Cite This For Me. Okay, I'll link that back to you guys on Teams. Okay, this is very important. It does not help that you just go paste the www link for me. Okay, I want to know when you've accessed this, right? The authors, the dates this was done, on what was it? Okay, so the better you're referencing, the better your marks are. Okay, now your resources. Learners are encouraged to read various articles to help them understand the requirement of the various tasks. Okay, usually if we have different circumstances, we tell you to go to the library. You can't do that now. Okay, but you use magazines, use newspapers. Okay, magazines and newspapers you can also access online. All right. Then our assessment tools. Okay, at the end of each phase, there is a rubric and there's a checklist for you to actually complete to make sure you have included everything in your work. All right, this is extremely important. This shows you that you haven't missed anything out. Okay, now phase one, all right, is your task definition and information finding strategies. Okay, guys, it counts 40 marks. Okay, it's 1 week. Yes, this does look like a lot of work. However, this work is you use phase one in phase two. Okay, phase two is built on phase one. All right, now your topic. Okay, COVID-19 is regarded as a worldwide pandemic. Economies across the globe are struggling. Yet with the creative ideas, it is possible to identify unsatisfied needs that arise due to this unknown virus. You want to start up a small business that sells a produce or delivers a service ideal for this corona time. Okay, come up with a name for your business and think about things like production, marketing, and distribution of your unique product or service. Okay, this is your topic. Okay, it's very broad. All right, we didn't say that you must go make a specific company. You make whatever company you want. All right, now, first of all, provide a broad description of task or the problem that you have to solve in your own words. Okay, now, what does this actually mean? Okay, this basically means you're going to take the topic and you're going to rewrite it in your own words to make it more understandable for you. Okay, that is basically what it is. Okay, you're going to take the topic sentence and you're going to describe for me in your own words what you want to do. Okay, now what do you have to do? Okay, you need to think of you need to identify areas that are unsatisfied in the business world now. Okay, you need to think of a small business. Okay, you need to think of different products. Okay, you need to think of production, your marketing, distribution. Okay, those are all things that you're going to put in your broad description of your task. Okay, then you're going to formulate the main question or key objective. Okay, i.e., what is the entire task about? Okay, what is your key objective here? Okay, basically what we're saying is, I want a 1 sentence or a 2 sentence answer. This must be short. Okay, this isn't a paragraph, it's a short point where you're going to just say, this is the main thing. What are you doing? Let's use the dinner thing example now again. Okay, what is your key objective of dinner tonight? You want to find out what to make for dinner. That is your key. Okay. Now, the next point is, okay, ask questions, right? That will provide the type and amount of information that satisfy the definition of the problem and solve the problem. Okay. Now, very important. We have two types of questions. Okay. Closed-ended and open-ended. Okay. Now, closed-ended questions, they are basically very short answers. Okay. For example, okay, if I ask you, are you hungry? It is a yes or a no answer. Okay. That's a closed-ended question because I'm expecting one of two outcomes. Yes or no. Are you hungry? Yes or no. Okay. Then we have the open-ended questions. All right. Your open-ended questions they are your longer questions. Okay. That is, for me, example, asking you, what do you want for dinner? Okay. Now, I can give you a whole bunch of options of stuff that you want. I can predict what you're going to say. Okay. There's no yes or no to this. There is, you are in the mood for a braai, or you want a grilled cheese sandwich, or whatever you want. That is specific to you. And those questions will always vary. Okay. They can't be answered with yes or no. All right. Now, on top of that, we have a very important point here. Questions should also be categorized according to the question category. Okay, now, is it factual? Is it investigative? Is it a comparison or a change? Okay, now, one thing that you guys need to do is you need to actually go and have a look at because these are just some question categories. Okay, go Google, go have a look at different types of questions. Okay, for example, your factual questions, those are going to give you facts back. Okay, if I say that eggs cook for 10 minutes, is it a fact? Is it not? It's all about factual answers. Okay, investigative, those are going to be more your questions where you're going to have your questionnaires and things like that, and your interviews. Okay, investigative, because you're investigating, you're asking people for their opinions. Okay, then again, we've got our comparison. Okay, if we've got two options, okay, between braai and between having a grilled cheese sandwich for dinner. Okay, we're comparing the two. Which one is better? Which one's going to take us longest to make? Which one's easiest? Do we have the required ingredients to make braai? What what is the best option? Okay, now here again, in your each questions, okay, for each question, you need to determine the methods. Determine the methods, okay, used to gather the information. Okay, so I want you to tell me that you used an interview to get this information, that you went onto Google to find this information, that you read this article in this newspaper. Okay. Develop a list of relevant sources. Okay. Where did you find it? Okay. So in the method, I just want you to tell me how. What did you use? Okay. In your source, I want you to give me the exact details. This was an internet article by James whatever, or a magazine, all right? Or it was the Sunday Times, or it was a brochure that you found in the local discount, or it was an online encyclopedia. Okay. One important thing about encyclopedias, okay, guys, and you should know this by now, but I'm going to repeat this again. You should not use Wikipedia. Wikipedia is not a reliable source, okay, at all. Now, also in your sources, you get your opinion polls, your surveys, and emails. All of those sources, where you gathered your information from, goes into your source. Okay. Now, here's the thing. We are not asking you right now to go look for the information. We're not asking you for the answers. Okay? We're asking you just for a broad plan. Basically, what we're doing in phase one is you sitting there, you're looking at, okay, this is the information I need. How am I going to get it? What am I going to use to get it? Okay. Now, here, develop a plan or strategy for searching. Okay. This is mostly going to be for your Google searches. Okay. Because here's the thing, Google looks at keywords. Okay. Now, what are these keywords? You're going to say corona or COVID-19. Okay, that is a keyword that you're going to use. COVID-19 business environment. Those are keywords. Okay, so everything that has to do with your online searches, that is extremely important. Okay, it doesn't help that I say how to cook dinner when I want to cook a grilled cheese sandwich, because I need to say how to cook a grilled cheese sandwich. What is my keyword? Grilled cheese sandwich. Okay, those words you're going to put in, those are your important words, the words that you're going to focus on. All right, now here, here again is where you come to, you need to be creative. Okay, you can use this exact table as is right here. Okay, however, you can also go do something completely different. And when I go through the other students or the last year's matric students example, I will show you guys the differences. Okay, because here he has, what is your question? You're going to put your question in that column. You're going to be like, what's for dinner? Okay, is it an open-ended or a closed-ended question? Open or closed? That's it. What is your question category? Is it factual? Is it comparative? How did your method of gathering information, how did you gather it? Okay, what are the sources that you'll use? Okay, and the keywords. Okay, so you need to insert that information into everyone. Look, your keywords is not important in your, for example, in your survey, because you're not going to have keywords. Keywords you use for when you are searching for your Google stuff. Okay, then submission of evidence. Okay, hand in a document between 3 to 6 pages prepared in an appropriate application that contains the following. Okay, important. Notice it says 3 to 6. Okay, there we do not, I'm not going to accept anything less than 3 pages. Okay, that does not mean you can go and make your font 26 font. You use Arial 12. Okay, Arial 12 font, 1.5 line spacing. That is it. Okay, must be 3 pages of work. Okay, at minimum. If you hand in more, the better. Now remember, this is one of the things you need to remember about your questions. Okay, it doesn't help that you just have 10 questions. The more questions you have, the more precise your answers will be. Okay, the better you can, in the end of the day, build your business. Okay, now here is your checklist. Okay, look at this thing very importantly. Okay, this is very closely, right? This is very important. Okay, first of all, you're going to check that you have your description. Okay, what is your description? Your description is your broad overview and your key objectives. Okay, what a main question is formulated, that is also your key objective. Okay, you need to check that you have your questions in there. Okay, now remember, we have our main question. What is our main goal? Okay, and our questions are built on that. Okay, so for example, let's use again the dinner one. Okay, the question is, what is for dinner? Okay, our sub questions are, what is available for dinner? Who wants what for dinner? Okay, how much time do I have to make dinner? Do I have the required skill to make dinner? Okay, those are all types of questions. Those questions are built on your main question. Okay, I'm going to ask you one thing and you're going to carry on. Okay, to broaden that first main question. Okay, then you're going to check that your questions are categorized. What I mean, they're grouped together. I don't want to go have I don't want to go look at all the keywords on this page and all the questions on this page and open and close. They must be together. Okay, then your reference list. Okay, very, very important. You need a reference list. Every link you use, every Google search you do goes on that reference list. I don't care if you had to go look at what is COVID-19, that goes on the reference list. Okay, Then run spell check. Okay, basically what you're going to do at the end of your Word document, when you've, or however you want to do this, but I suggest use a Word document. At the end of it, you're going to run a spell check. You're going to take screenshots of that to show me that you have done it. Those pictures you're going to crop and you paste it at the end. Okay, and guys, headings, break this up into different headings. Okay, now at your phase 1. Okay, this is an example. Okay, now first of all, he has a front page. Okay, then he has his table of contents, task description, main objective, questions, questionnaire, emails, interview questions, spell check, and reference list. Okay, doesn't matter in what order you do this, but it needs to have all of this information in it already. Okay, now task description. Okay, this is his task description. Okay, what they had to do is they had to do research on buying cars. Okay, this is his task description. Okay, his family has offered him 150,000 rand for a new car. Okay, you must research what two cars are available for purchase with the finance, the insurance, and the maintenance options. Okay, then his main objective. Okay, or his key question. Okay, what car can I purchase within that budget? Okay, that is his main question. What is it? What can he buy for 150,000, including financing, insurance, and maintenance? That is it. That is his main question. Okay, then here's his questions. Okay, now here's first of all, here's numbered each of his questions. Okay, now here again is the creativity, because if you look at the way that you guys can do it, where it's a table, here he's done it in groups. Okay, now he has his question. What makes of cars are there for under 150,000? Is it open or closed question? What is the category? The method, the sources. Okay, here he's used more than one source. You can do that. Okay, then keywords for electronic sources, right? Car sales in Benoni, car sales East Rand, car dealerships East Rand. Okay, application, right? Use the PDF scanner for magazine material. That is okay. Here he's going into a bit extra detail. You guys don't need to do that. Okay. However, if you do that, it is better for you. Okay. Now, here he has each of his questions put together. Okay. Here again, where or how can I get the best price on a vehicle? Is this an open or closed question? It's an open question because this is an intricate answer. Okay. What is the category? It's investigative. Okay. What method did he use? He used the web search. Sources, it was a website. Okay. Then keywords, car price comparison Benoni. Compare car sales East Rand. Okay. What application did he use? He used Excel and Access, websites, PDF printout, Excel, right? He used quite a few different applications there. Okay. Then his possible URLs. Okay. Possible places where you could go find this information. Okay. Now guys, if you go have a look here, he actually put in quite a few questions here. Each of these questions is built on our main question. And what is our main question? It is, what car can I purchase with a budget of 150,000 Rand, including financing, insurance, and maintenance? Okay. He has done 20 different questions. Okay. Some of these questions are quite intricate. Here again, no keywords necessary, as this is not a web search. Okay. This was an interview. Right. Now, his final answers to be presented in a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, because the final answers aren't going to be, we're not asking for that. But now, if you guys look here, right, with some of this, let's quickly find one here. He used a questionnaire, okay, a survey, right? Now, you have to attach your questionnaire and your survey to this. Okay, so here, question 11, right? Here is his questionnaire. Okay, here he's outlined everything. He outlined your age, gender, when did you receive your driver's license, what make is your car, what year is your car, is it a hatchback or a sedan, how many doors, what is the engine capacity of your car, what is the color of your car, is it a diesel or petrol, right? And he's actually done drop down lists here, just to show you that he actually knows what he's doing. Okay. Now, this whole thing, okay, you can do this in Word. Okay. However, there is also two other places you can use. You can use Google Forms or you can use SurveyMonkey. Okay. All of this is to be used to create a questionnaire. Okay. Now, very important. You do not answer your questionnaire. Okay. Your questionnaire is answered by other people. For example, you can email your questionnaire to, let's say, other friends you have in other schools. You can even email it to your parents. Okay? It doesn't matter. You email it to different people to get different opinions. You cannot go and answer it yourself. Because if you go and you answer it yourself, what information have you actually gathered? You haven't really gathered any information because it was all based on your information. Okay? Those surveys you should also attach. Okay. Now, here, his emails. Okay. Here was two questions. Okay. What if the car once is not available? Are bigger cars more expensive? Okay. Here he has sent an email to a car dealership. All right. And importantly, if you guys look at, he's used the correct email format. Okay. He's inserted his email here. Right. Then he's also had an interview. Okay. So these are questions he asked in his interview. Okay, you also put those in. And here is his spelling check. Okay, so here in the end, he has put everything down, what he's checked, is it correct or not? Okay, and here's his reference list. Okay, now you guys can do it this way. However, let's be honest, this is slightly unprofessional. The better your reference list, then you get full marks for your references. Okay, remember that. Okay, so I hope this has helped you guys a lot. Okay, if you guys have any more questions or you're battling with something, please do not hesitate to contact me. I'm available via WhatsApp. You can email me. We can schedule a Google Teams or a Zoom or whatever you want. Call and I'll help you guys with this. Okay. Tomorrow I'll upload the phase 2. Okay. However, I'm quite sure that this has helped you guys a bit. So remember, guys, your questions are built on top of each other. Break it up and categorize them all together. All right. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon.